off. Give me just a second. Okay. I think we had left off on me asking you if the defendant had told you how many times she had seen Evelyn after leaving her with Ethan. Is that the last question I asked you?
I think we were somewhere in that area for sure.
And do you remember what she told you?
I believe what she said was that she had not seen Evelyn since that day.
Okay. Did she tell you that she had been trying to get in touch with Ethan?
I think she said she'd reached out to him maybe one time, once or twice.
Okay. Did she ever tell you that she was getting worried about Evelyn and her safety?
No, I think she said she just hadn't really given it a lot of thought.
Okay. Did you ask why she hadn't contacted law enforcement?
We did.
What'd she say?
I think she just said she didn't really have a good...
Sustained.
Okay, so I'm going to ask, when I ask you a question, if you don't know the answer, you don't have to tell me.
Sure.
We try not to speculate with words like "I think" or things like that. Okay, so I may back up just a few questions and ask you those questions again. Okay. Did Megan say she tried to get in touch with Ethan after the last time she had seen Evelyn?
I know she said that, yes.
Okay. Did she say she ever got worried about Evelyn and or her safety?
She said she had not.
Okay. Did you ask her why she hadn't contacted law enforcement?
We did. We did ask her that.
And what was her response?
Specifically, I don't recall what she said.
Okay. What was her demeanor during this interview?
I would describe it as just very nonchalant.
Okay. And on this same day, do you recall being present when she was interviewed again?
Yes.
Okay. And was anyone else present during that interview?
Yes.
And who was present?
At the time, it was Sergeant Matt Price.
Okay. Was the interview audio and video recorded?
It was.
And where did it take place?
It was also at the sheriff's office.
Okay. And is that in Sullivan County, Tennessee?
It is.
How much time had passed from the interview we just talked about to this interview that we're getting ready to talk about?
Something like 8 hours. The interview we initially discussed ended at around 3 in the morning. The interview at the next day was around midday, noon.
Okay. So you said the first one ended around 3 in the morning. Is that right?
That is correct.
And what time do you believe the second one began?
It was around noon the following day, the
Okay.
20th.
Okay. Without going into the details of that interview, we're going to go ahead and jump ahead to the following day, February 21st. Was the defendant interviewed again on February 21st?
She was.
Was anyone else present for that interview?
Matt Price,
Okay.
sheriff's office.
Okay. And was that interview also audio and video recorded?
Yes, it was.
Okay. Prior to that interview, had the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation collected some of Megan Boswell's property from the residents of Hunter Wood?
Yes, a couple of our agents had collected some of her property.
Okay. And did Megan Boswell give you consent to search and collect those items?
She did.
Okay. Okay, just a second. Okay. 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 I'm just pass you some items from evidence. Would you prefer? I'll just send that.
Scissors up there.
There's a pair of scissors.
Or do you want?
That's fine. Thank you.
Okay, if you could just, there should be some gloves up there. Do you see gloves up on the table?
I do. I'm putting them on now.
Okay. Oh, yeah, two of them already. Tell me the number. We also need these. Okay, you have that one opened.
No, I was sort of waiting on you to
It's
ask
okay.
a question.
If you could go ahead and open that item. Okay, can you tell me what that is?
This is a small Polaroid type picture that the defendant described was taken at I believe that one was the Blowing Rock trip in North Carolina.
Okay. And to your knowledge, is there a date at all on that? There may not be, I don't know.
This photograph does not have a date on it.
Okay. And where did you obtain that photo? Was that from, where was that photograph obtained from?
It was from a box of belongings belonged to the defendant.
Okay. We'd ask that be made exhibit number 188.
You want it back in the envelope?
May we publish, Your Honor?
Mr. Scott, you've seen that.
permission to publish? Okay. And how did you know what this was a photograph of?
At the time during the interview, myself and Sergeant Price were sitting there with the defendant, pulling these items out, asking her to describe these items to us.
Okay. And she described that as being from Blowing Rock.
That's correct.
Okay. Oh, actually, I want number 6 first.
Could I get that exact knife?
Okay, again, I'm going to ask to open it and see if you can identify it.
All right.
Okay. Do you recognize that?
Yes, I do.
What is it?
These are a couple of the brochures the defendant described as coming from the trip that they had taken over to North Carolina, they being the defendant and her boyfriend, Hunter.
Okay. So how many documents do you have in front of you?
3.
Okay. And what are they individually?
One is titled The Official Visitor's Map and Guide to Blowing Rock, North Carolina.
Okay.
Another one is Mystery Hill, which has a map of North Carolina. North Carolina's natural gravitational anomaly.
Okay.
Another one is North Carolina's oldest tourist attraction, the Blowing Rock.
Okay. If you could slide those back in, I'm going to show them to the defense really quickly. Your Honor, we'd offer this as exhibit number 189, please.
Any objection? No, sir. It's collected exhibit 189.
And where did you find those brochures?
They were with the defendant's belongings.
And where were, when you say the defendant's belongings, where were those belongings located?
Inside the residence of Hunter Wood.
Okay. I see the next.
Okay.
Okay. Do you recognize that?
Yes, I do.
Okay. What is it?
These are photographs of the defendant and Hunter Wood.
Okay. And is that also something that you collected from her belongings?
Yes.
Okay. Is it any, does it appear, well, if I could just pass those back first and let Mr. Scott take a look at those. May we approach?
All right, sustained in heart, a rule in heart.
And we'd ask these be made
Collective 190.
190. Permission to publish.
Go ahead.
Is that a fair and accurate representation of one of the photos that you took from the defendant's property?
Yes, it is.
Were these located within anything?
They were inside of a box that the defendant identified as hers.
Okay. Same thing with that one?
Yes.
Okay. Do you recognize that?
Yes, I do.
Okay. What is it?
This is a card titled Thinking of You with Love.
Okay. And does it have any names on it?
Yes, the names on it are Maggie and Hunter.
Okay. And can you tell the jury where that was collected?
It was with the defendant's belongings.
Okay. If you could pass that back, please.
We resolved it.
We resolved it.
Resolved it.
that?
Yes, I do.
What is it?
These are photographs of the victim, Evelyn, 2 photographs of Evelyn, 1 photograph of Evelyn with the defendant,
Okay, and where were those found?
with the defendant's belongings.
Okay, if you could pass those back, slide them back in the envelope and pass them back.
Sustained.
You recognize that?
Yes, I do.
What is it?
This is a receipt from the Olive Garden on Northeastman Road in Kingsport, Tennessee.
Okay. Was that also taken from the defendant's property?
It was.
Okay. Any objection? Okay. We'd ask that be offered as exhibit number 191. If I could have it passed back to the witness briefly. Forgot to ask you, what is the date on that receipt?
It's January the 11th, 2020.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to ask if I could please have, and you saw that exhibit with you? You can pass that back down to the clerk. And then ask if exhibit number 29 or 21 can please be passed to the witness. Nope, sorry, not 21. I'm wrong. Hold on. It would be number 91. Sorry. I'm going to ask if you could take a look at that. And see if you recognize that.
Yes, I recognize this.
What is it?
This is a shirt that belonged to the victim, Evelyn Boswell.
Okay, where was that found?
It was inside what the defendant referenced as a baby box.
Okay. And where was that baby box located?
It was with the defendant's belongings.
At where?
Hunter's residence.
Hunter's residence, okay. Your Honor, we had previously marked that exhibit as number 91 for ID only. We'd ask that be made a full exhibit at this time.
No objection.
Before exhibit.
Agent Gratz, I'm going to ask for you, well, let me ask the court, may I publish it, Your Honor? Agent Gratz, I'm going to ask for you to take it out of the package and show it to the jury, please.
Do you just want me to hold it up?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to stand up so everyone can see it. Thank you. Okay, thanks. No. I'm going to ask if Exhibit 92 could please be passed to the witness. Same thing, I'm going to ask if you could open that exhibit and see if you can identify it. Don't show it to the jury yet.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Yes.
Okay. What is it?
This is a child's blanket.
Okay. And does it have any special features on it that are identifiable? What type of blanket is it?
It's a shark blanket.
Okay.
Baby shark.
And where was that located?
It was with the defendant's belongings.
Okay. At Hunter's Woods residence?
Yes.
Okay. And was that also in that box that you're referencing?
Yes.
Okay. Your Honor, that had been previously marked as ID only. We would ask that it be made into a full exhibit.
No objection.
Before exhibit 92. Now you can.
Okay. May we publish it, Your Honor?
You want me to stand up again?
So long as the court is okay with that.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, thank you. So before we went through all of those, we were talking about that interview from February 21st with Sergeant, now Lieutenant Price. Was that interview audio and video recorded?
Yes, it was.
Where did it take place?
At the sheriff's office.
And is that in Sullivan County, Tennessee?
Yes, it is.
During this interview, you discussed a second ago the term memory box. At some point, did you have an interview with the defendant regarding this memory box?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Can you tell the jury a little bit about, just briefly, what you did with the defendant?
During that interview, we had what the defendant referred to as the memory box, and we pulled items out of it sort of one by one and had the defendant identify what each item was and the significance of each item,
Okay.
if any.
And what was your purpose in doing that?
You know, at that point, we were just following whatever leads were coming in. We had received that property, and we were trying to identify what it was, determine how it was relevant, and also establish a timeline for the last known whereabouts of Evelyn Boswell.
And did the defendant freely and voluntarily go through that box with you?
Yes.
Okay, give me just 1 second. Your Honor, may we approach?
Ladies and gentlemen, if we go with the officer. One stand, please.